Yes, PDP, well, has come into being an opposition party, and you can be assured of a very opposition, because it will be difficult for anybody to fit into the shoes of President Goodluck Jonathan. It will come to show now, when you marry two husbands, you will know which one is better. Now that we are tended towards being in opposition, you will see that it will take a long time and a lot of job for anybody to match President Goodluck Jonathan in any aspect, be it in economy or agri or any of the fields, even in the power we are talking about. So PDP, I can assure you, will come back to power in a matter of 4 years. We are going to restructure the party. I would have thought that to start with, the president having considered defeat, the next thing should have been the national chairman to have resigned his appointment as the chairman of the party. Having lost in his state, terribly lost in his state, he couldn't give account of himself, so the chairman should resign to restore integrity into the party. Yeah, because I can't fathom the situation where a state that prides itself of a PDP governor, a minister of FCT, the national chairman of the political party, having 86,000 votes against 1.something million of the opposition. How can you evaluate this type of situation? So these are some of the things that we have to take care of immediately for the party to be on the right standing, to do a very good, to be a very opposition.
Okay, so
otherwise,
with the internal structure,
but I can assure you that the upcoming elections, the PDP will sweep the state, because the presidential election is not the same as governorship election.
Okay, we've not gone into that, but I was going to ask you, are you saying that the internal happenings or occurrences of the People's Democratic Party would not help it in the bid to be a viral opposition?
PDP is more than an opposition party. It's unfortunate that we have got into opposition, so to speak, but you can be sure that, like I told you, like I keep saying, that it will be difficult. I'm just trying to, give you a picture, a larger picture of what will happen. It will be difficult for anybody to fit into the shoes of President Goodluck Jonathan, because you start talking of PDP being an opposition party.
Mr. H, if you can answer this real quick before we go on another break. The issues that have been raised, the promises they've made, issues of security, job creation, and corruption. Now, one of the things that they have said, that the APC has said, has been a major problem of this present administration is corruption and security. Now, how do you think they should go about handling it? The strategies that they have laid out, do you think they are workable?
Yeah, well, everybody can say anything. That was their political electioneering slogan, corruption in PDP and the rest of it. I can tell you, I'm a core PDP man. I'm an unrepentant PDP chieftain. If you check the personalities that surround the president-elect, you can see that they have no business in government, rather than to suck the resources of the government.
Mr. H, I want you to look at the strategies they're talking about.
We can attest to the integrity of Buhari. Even Buhari is not all that clean. But, well, we'll try him out the second time around. But I can assure you that it's difficult to match mistakes with people.
We asked if you could, the strategies that they have laid out, do you think they are workable?
What ideas have they laid out? I've not seen any idea yet. There has not been any authentic ideas. These are contributors. These people don't form part of the policy making echelon of APC.
Okay.
So these are their opinions. We haven't seen the working plan of APC as yet.
All right. If you could just hang on there, we'll just have to flip over to Washington to speak with our correspondent. We'll talk to you before the program ends. We'll now go over and talk to our correspondent, Maria Bird. She has a report she put together about the elections that just occurred.
The United States watched the Nigerian presidential elections closely and strongly encouraged free and fair elections. The U.S. government was criticized in the past by many Nigerians in America for the government's lack of interest and support to combat Boko Haram. Many Nigerians are now commending the U.S. for supporting the election by encouraging justice and democracy in Nigeria. Even though ethnicity played a major role in candidate support, many Nigerians in the U.S. agreed that if the elections were fair, then President-elect Buhari would gain more votes than President Jonathan. Despite party lines, Nigerians in America are very proud of the election process as they believe that it was a free and fair democratic election.
Thank you, Maria. Well, we have Mr. Sylvester Okere, a political analyst who's based in the United States of America, speaking to us on Skype. Mr. Okere, if you can hear me. What Maria said that Nigerians in the U.S. are proud of the elections that were conducted. Thank you there. They said Nigerians are proud of the elections that were conducted on March the 28th. But you, who's a political analyst, what's your take on that election? Ms. Okere, can you hear me?
Oh, is that question for me?
Yes, it was for you. I said Maria has, our correspondent Maria Bird talked about the fact that Nigerians in the U.S. are happy about the elections and the way they went and all, that it was peaceful and free and fair. But you, in your analysis or in your opinion, do you agree with her?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to wish you a happy Easter and also congratulations for the successful election. It was a credible election, and we are so proud of Nigeria. I would say, as a proud Nigerian, patriotic Nigerian, at this time, I can say yes. I doff my hands and heart for the great country Nigeria, the giant of Africa. And I believe that now that giantness is beginning to rise again in us. If we can prove to the world in this manner, and also I commend President Goodluck Jonathan for his heroic display of true democracy by conceding and congratulating the President-elect Goodluck Jonathan. But bear in mind, the greatest winners in this election are the ordinary Nigerians who have suffered so long, who have been humiliated, who have defied all ramification in order to come out and vote and expect change, and now change has arrived. So they are the winners, and I commend them for coming out and making a decision in such a laudable manner.
Now, Nigerians may have won, as he said. They made a decision and it was loud and clear. But there are those who are bothered about the voting pattern. I mean, the PDP winning all the states in the south and southeast, and the APC winning all the states in the northwest and northeast. They are bothered that there's a divide. The north and south divide. Does that worry you?
That divide, I won't say it bother me much, but I think it's something we can work on. As you know, what you call divide here is a tribalistic aspect of our lives. And if we're going to be voting on these ethnic lines, it's going to be a big trouble. Take an instance where I live in the U.S. here. You can come from New Mexico and be a president of the United States. You can come from Texas. You can be anything. So we need to work on that aspect. All this godfatherism is one of the things that created that problem, and religiosity. And we have to go beyond that. That's one of the reasons why I, frankly, with our team, USA Movement for Buhari Osibanjo, patriotic Nigerians, we do not want to sit down and watch this kind of divide that, you know, famous people that have great respect, but they have no message. The reason for that divide is because they have no message. This election should have been on substance and performance. When you don't have something to present to the people, then you will begin to attack him. Watch soccer game. When you don't know what you play, you can break somebody's leg. And that's what the other party did. But thank God for the effective campaign, and thank God for the general. Once a general is always a general. I commend him for the courage. Even when people try to put him down with certificates, put him down with all manner of stuff, I have never had him respond to those things. That is the courage we need in leadership. And I think with that spirit, with that strive, Nigeria has risen again.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Sylvester Okere, a political analyst living in the U.S., a Nigerian, a proud Nigerian at that. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
God bless you.
All right, we'll take another break and we'll come back to our home stretch and round up in the studio here. Please join us again.